I the asshole for declining to be in the wedding of a marriage I don't agree with? I was invited to be in my cousin's wedding. Nobody, and I mean nobody, in our family likes the groom. He's rude to her at family gatherings, sits alone by himself, criticizes her every chance he gets in front of her family, and is just an all-around bad fit for her. Her parents think this, my immediate family all thinks this, and so does her immediate family. Last Xmas, a month or so after he proposed to her, we all sat her down and told her that it was a bad idea to follow through with this, and that he wasn't right for her at all. She was bawling her eyes out at the news of this. Leading up to their proposal, our family made it very clear to her that it wasn't a good fit. Nevertheless, they're getting married next year. My cousin is someone who has struggled holding a boyfriend her entire life, and I believe she finally lowered her bar so far to find this dirtbag of a fiancé that she can't imagine leaving him now that she's gotten this far into a relationship. Now for my issue. I'm being asked to be in the wedding. I've only been in one wedding before, not including my own, so I'm not quite sure how declining works. According to my sister, who's been in many weddings, I cannot say no. If I were to say no, I'd be insulting the bride, groom, both their families, and so on. She says if I am to decline, I'd be creating ramifications that include being put on my aunts and uncles' bad sides. Keep in mind, my aunt and uncle despise this guy. I asked my mother the same thing, and she said I could always decline and say it's due to financial reasons. But my sister says that's not good enough and that it will still create this detrimental divide between our families.
Am I the asshole for not helping with my parents' marriage issues? My parents have always had clashing personalities, and it's common for them to pick fights with each other every single day, even multiple times. I, female 17, used to try and calm them down or try and stop the fight, but it's proved useless as they never listen to me and just continue screaming at each other without achieving anything. Recently, after their fights, my mom has been turning to me after my dad leaves and continuing to shout all her complaints to him to me. This has been happening for a couple years or so now, and I don't really know what to do besides listen. However, it really messes with my head sometimes and puts me in a bad mood the rest of the day, so today I asked if she could stop turning to me and shouting after their fights. She called me cold-hearted and said I offered no emotional support and started talking about that's why I don't go out with friends in my social life. I told her to stop, but she kept going on about how I should be trying to help with their marriage if I care or love my parents. I told her if she really wants help, she should at least try talking to him instead of shouting or get a counselor. Despite this, she kept saying that if they divorce, I'll feel guilty because I didn't do anything to fix it and stuff like that, basically saying I needed to save them from divorcing. She was also saying that I don't understand what a divorce means, and that once they divorced, I'd regret it or something. But I don't even know how I would help, or if I'm even supposed to do that as their child. Am I the asshole for saying there's nothing I can do to help?
Am I the asshole for telling my daughter to cancel her marriage? I have a daughter, 27, who was with her boyfriend for 7 years and they got engaged not long ago, just a small party, not many guests. She always talks to me about how she loved him, how he always listens to her and he was made for her. I have agreed with her, since I found him to be a good-natured man. He was kind and humble and was always respectful to our family. We've met his parents for dinner twice or thrice and they hit me as a little sexist, asking questions to my wife like I don't know why you're working, isn't that the husband's job? It's the mother's job to be taking care of the children. Now that they wanted to make it more serious, they planned a marriage. Anyways, we have been planning about the marriage, and one day her boyfriend comes to me and says that his parents want to talk to me. I was going to call my daughter too, but he said that she wasn't allowed. I went with him, and his parents started talking with me about dowry. I was confused and said that there was no dowry, and in 2020 who even gives dowry? But her boyfriend and his parents started lecturing me about how necessary it was and how my daughter would be a stay-at-home wife. My daughter has told me that she wants to continue her dreams, so I don't know what this is. Anyways, they told me that I should give it a thought and told me not to tell my daughter for the time being. However, I immediately told my daughter about it, and she started crying, saying she didn't know that her boyfriend was so sexist. She asked me what she could do now, and I told her that she wasn't being forced and could cancel her marriage if she didn't want it. Well, that is exactly what happened, and now her boyfriend and his parents are calling me saying I took away the love of his life, etc. On top of that, some of her friends, some were bridesmaids, said that I was an asshole for breaking up what would have been a healthy marriage. But it's my daughter's happiness that matters. Am I the asshole?
Am I the asshole for keeping my marriage a secret from my family? For background, I, a 22-year-old female, have been in a relationship with my now husband, a 23-year-old male, for over a year. We're in love and have a healthy, happy relationship. I get along great with his family, they're very supportive and have welcomed me with open arms. They are expecting us to get married soon, they just don't know we currently are. We recently eloped and haven't told either of our families. A lot of thought went into it and it was not an impulsive decision for either of us. As for my parents, I love them, they were great to me when I was growing up, so their behavior really hurts. They've hated my now husband since I met him, telling me that he isn't the one and God told them he was against us being together. I held off telling them when we initially started dating because they were harassing me about him so much. When I did tell them, they were furious. They called me names and told me I'm not a Christian, among other worse things. They kicked me out and financially cut me off. They won't even meet him, but they continually blame him for dividing my family and leading me astray. Every time I've seen them, we get into arguments. I'm finishing school and working right now, and it has been hard. I didn't want to tell them about being married at the time we did it because they thought we'd been dating for less time than we really had. And I didn't want to have a lot of added drama at the beginning of what's been a very happy time in my life. I'm sad about this situation with my family and how it affects his too. When we got married, we agreed to tell his family when we visit for the holidays, so I have to tell my family too. He keeps reassuring me they'll be happy and not hurt, but I can't help but feel like a jerk. The reason we haven't told them is because 1, my family needs to know too. And 2, we wanted to tell them in person. Am I the asshole for keeping our marriage a secret from our families?
Am I the asshole for choosing my brother over my marriage? My parents divorced when I was 3, and went into separate marriages. I had a rough childhood, being split between 2 different households. It was really messy and made me not want children at all. When I was 20, my parents reconciled after their second marriages had ended and had my brother soon after. I had already been dating my now wife for a year, and we were eventually married. She agreed with me about not wanting kids. 5 years later, and my brother is now 6, and all is not well in my parents' marriage. My mother had an unexpected heart attack and died. My father did not take it well and drank himself to death. Obviously, my family is mourning, and I've been trying to find a home for my brother. None of my half-siblings want him. The only other option would be for him to go into foster care, and I'm not going to let that happen. I told my wife that I was going to become his guardian and that she did not have to stick around in this marriage if she didn't want to. She did not take it well and is furious that I would choose my brother over her. I doubt my marriage will survive, but I can't let my brother go into foster care. Edit. Low contact.